Hello and welcome back to ArxangelRC. Today I will be making a slight detour back into copters, but for a very good reason. Since the summer racing season has come to an end now, things will be transitioning to the winter racing season, which means indoor racing, which, at least for me, requires a different kind of copter compared to what I fly outside in the open. And this is where the URUAV UR65 comes into the picture. Literally. Neither my skills nor the size of an indoor track, at least where I live, would be big enough to handle a proper racer indoors, so I opted to go for a tiny whoop type of copter, which would be much more manageable to fly it in a tight space and wouldn't cause any harm if I hit anybody with it. Honestly, I was shocked when this thing arrived and I looked at the size of those motors. They are tiny in the truest sense of the word. Simply stunning. I got the set with 3 batteries. They are 1S 220 mAh and can be charged up to 4.35 volts. Good news is this model comes with a charger, and oh boy, what a charger that is. You can plug 2 to 6S into it to charge up to 6 of these batteries at the same time, and you can choose charging current and max voltage to suit all kinds of situations. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. It also has a 5V USB output, so you can even charge your phone along with the copter battery. Only thing is, the charger does the batteries right and brings them all to 4.35 volts, but the copter sees them as 4 or 4.1 volts, so the default values for the voltage sensor are a bit off, though that is not a problem. Might connect it to Betaflight and adjust that at some point. It really impresses me though how many things have been stuffed on this single small board. In addition to 4 brushless ESCs, you get an F3 flight controller, in my case an FSky receiver, but there are other options as well. An OSD, and on top of that you have a video transmitter and a camera. Not on the same board though, but you get the idea. And the camera actually seems to be quite decent, by the way, judging how it handles sudden light changes and its overall quality. But really, can you ask for more in this size? I really couldn't wait to fly it, so I bound it to my Taranis. The instructions that come with it did make this quick and easy, and in no time I was done with 3 batteries and they went back on the charger. I haven't flown indoors since the days of the Pokey copter, which is a brushed model, but this thing feels so much different even if it runs only on 1S battery. It has a lot more power and grunt compared to the brushed models, and the speed is quite impressive, or at least it looks that way indoors. I did also fly it outdoors even with some wind. It does handle it quite well and much better than a brushed model, if I might add. Acro mode works great outside, wasn't quite so successful with it indoors, but I guess it will take some getting used to. What I noticed though was that my skills have indeed improved since the last time I flown indoors, because last I remember that Pokey had a very hard time with me on the sticks, while now I get around quite well and at higher speeds without hitting stuff too often. All these races with the Falcon Evo have indeed made a difference. What I was also surprised about was how smooth the stock PIDs were. Didn't know what to expect really, but the copter was quite controllable and sharp, and in the same time very smooth. Naturally, after a few flights and a few hits, it doesn't run quite as smooth anymore, and some props might need straightening out, but it still handles very well, and I'm going to be doing a lot of indoor flying, being easy and all, so I can train for the winter racing season. In addition, it just so happened that along with the UR65, the Ichin EV200D goggles arrived, and I was thrilled at the fact because these are officially my first proper FPV goggles that don't come with a 5-inch monitor in them. Their size was a surprise though. I was expecting something a tad bit more compact, but either way, the experience so far has been great, although there are a few things I would change, if only I could, but I will review them soon, so expect that video as well. Funny thing is, their reception is pretty good even without any antennas, which is how I've flown the UR65 indoors ever since it arrived. And speak of the devil, I can't hide it, I am in love. I already have over 20 flights on it, not long flights, like a minute and a half each, but that is quite a lot in micro racing copter years, or tiny whoop years. Still not sure which category this falls into. Anyway, it looks great, it flies great, the camera's angle can even be corrected to allow faster flight without having to look at the ground all the time, and it is quite capable for a 1S copter, although being 1S means you will need to move that throttle stick quite a lot between turns and straights, as it does need to go quite high to make it stop after a speed section without losing altitude. I've had some great fun flying this thing, and I know other people will too, and so far it has proven to be quite durable, which might possibly make it a pretty decent entry-level copter. I do fly it mostly in stabilized mode because for me it just works better indoors. At some point I might transition to acro, but that is yet to come. I will surely have more videos with this little bugger as the winter racing season kicks off, unless I manage to destroy it before that. But until then, you can find links for the stuff shown or used in this video in the description below, and using any of them to buy literally anything from those websites would help support this channel, and you will have my eternal gratitude, as that is how I make my living. Another way you can support me is Patreon. The link is also there, and I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the people who have supported me so far in any way and would continue to do so. If you have enjoyed this video and found it useful, please feel free to like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and also consider following me on Facebook for more regular updates. I wish you happy tiny whooping, and until next time.